Well, hello and how are you? Hey, friends, welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Shenandoah Briscoe, coming to you from right here in St. Charles, Missouri. Hey, you know what? Today's Sunday, October the 11th, 2020. Uh, don't have any birthdays to shout out about today, but I do have some Shen Show likes. Those are folks that like the Shen Show. Each and every day they throw a thumbs up or a love for me or for the show. Not for me, basically, but for the show daily. Anyway, let's start out with Jamie O'Driscoll, Martin Kelly, Richie Humerierto, and let's see, there's my Facebook folks that poke me on Facebook just to keep me in the knowledge that they're still out there and that they're still thinking of me. And that would be Amanda Sue Little. Also, hey, the Shen Show shares. Those are folks that share the Shen Show, and that would be Tina Cleeschulte Ashbrook and Ashley Briscoe. Also likers of the show, too. Don't you know? Alrighty. Well, alrighty then. And then there's Courage Wyant, who's got a whole bunch of people following my show, and I really do appreciate it. There's that, and the Bible with Briscoe. That's right. There's some folks starting to creep on the show, and I like that. I'm glad that they're kicking in and enjoying the show and keeping up with the Word of God in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Alrighty. Well, alrighty then. That being said, I'm gonna give us a weather update, but there is something I've been wanting to do for a couple of weeks. I'm going to start the show kind of like this each and every day. There's some rules that I like to try to live by. They're pretty difficult for me to keep up with, but I try. I really do try. It's hard to do, but I'm trying, both for me and for you. Hopefully, you can keep up with these simple rules too. Okay, these are the simple rules that I try to live by. Hopefully, they're not too difficult to understand. Put God first. That's first and foremost, is put God above all things. Worship God only, which means don't worship anything else like money. Money doesn't matter near as much as we think it does. It's not anything more than clothes on our back and a roof over our head, traveling so that we can get back and forth to work. These sort of things, they are really not necessary because if you put God first, He will make sure that you have all the things that you need. Use God's name with respect, meaning don't cast words with God's name in them because, well, that's not a good thing. Remember the Sabbath. Try to get to church as best you can. If you can't get to church, then just remember God and take homage to Him. Pray each and every Sunday so that you can, well, either Saturday or Sunday, because, well, the Sabbath is the seventh day, the day of rest. And if you look at our calendar, Sunday is the first day, and that would make Saturday the seventh day. Or some folks look at the weekend as Sunday being the seventh day. So either way, remember the day of rest. Respect your parents. That's right. If you grow up respecting your parents, well, then that'll teach you respect throughout your whole life. And then don't hurt other people. If you can avoid hurting other people's feelings, not so much as physical hurting them, but feelings. Be faithful in a marriage. That means, no cheating. And try to be as kind to your partner as possible. Do not steal because, hey, if you steal, that's against God. But not only is it against God, it's against the mortal law too. So just remember, do not lie because lying is part of life. And you need to stop that before you even start it. And then Do not want what other folks have. If you want so much for whatever somebody else has, you're going to end up doing something wrong to try to get it. And well, those are pretty much the 10 simple rules that I try to live by. And if you can handle that, then God be with you. And if God is with you, no one can stand against you. All right, let's try the local weather. Local weather, temperature right out now is 81 degrees still. Kind of nice and warm, toasty out there. Sun was bright and shiny all day. We had some highs up to about 87 degrees today. Um, Tonight's forecast is going to be a clear sky with lows around 64 degrees Fahrenheit, with winds south to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then mostly sunny skies for tomorrow, October the 12th. We're going to have a few passing clouds, but maybe a stray shower or thunderstorm possible. We don't like to see it, but hey. Now, the temperature tomorrow is only going to be up near 71 degrees, so we still have to bear it. There you go. And winds are going to be west to northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Clear skies overnight with lows around 44 degrees temperature. Fahrenheit, that is. West winds are going to be west at about 4 miles per hour. And Tuesday, we're going to get back up a little bit to mainly sunny skies around 78 degrees Fahrenheit. That would be October the 13th. Winds are going to be southwest at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then clear skies overnight, 47-degree temperature, with winds light and variable southwest at about 3 miles per hour. Now, southwesterly winds usually brings up the temperature, so Wednesday, October the 14th, we're going to have sunny skies, highs around 82, and winds are going to be southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Few clouds overnight, with temperatures dipping down to around 53 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds are going to be west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. I'm kind of chilly right here, right now, because my air conditioner blows right at me from that vent. And regardless of what it is outside, it's not it inside. Anyway, October the 15th, which would be Thursday, my birthday, we're going to have some cloudy skies early, and then they will become partly cloudy later on in the day. Slight chances of rain, and high temperatures around 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. So you won't catch me outside probably because, well, it may be my birthday, but it's going to be chilly and cold as far as I know. You know what I'm saying? And then how about overnight temperature? Some clouds early, and they will give way to generally clear conditions overnight. Lows are going to dip down around 37 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds are going to be northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for Friday, October the 16th, sunshine. That's right. Highs are going to be all the way up to a whole 58 degrees. Winds are going to be west and northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And then we're going to have another little warm up, but overnight we're going to have generally fair skies with low temperatures around 38 degrees Fahrenheit, but winds are going to be southwest at 5 miles per hour. So a little bit of south winds, so that'll help us warm up a hair, which is always a good thing. Alrighty, Burr howdy. Burr, I said burr, howdy, howdy, I said burr. Whew. How about things that are going on? Still things going on around the St. Charles area. How about things like the events? Oh, there's going to be some events still going on. We got them for a few more days yet. Right now, they're still doing the Legends and Lanterns down on Main Street. That'll be running off till around 5 p. Well, I'm about an hour late on that one, aren't I? Legends and Lanterns cleared up about an hour ago. My fault. I should have been doing this a bit earlier in the day, but it takes a little bit of time to find my friends and make sure that I get everybody down who has liked the show from the day before. Don't you know? Anyway, they're going to be out there again next weekend, though, so Saturday and Sunday of next weekend. Don't forget, they'll be on Main Street. That's right, from the South 230 block, 230 South Main Street, clean all the way down to the 100 to the 100 block of North Main. Let's see, that'll be next weekend. It'll be the 17th and 18th. Is that right? Yeah, 17th and 18th. From on Saturday the 17th, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then Sunday on the 18th will be 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. And then Friday the 23rd will be 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And Saturday the 24th will be 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday, the 25th, 12 to 5 p.m. And that'll wrap up the Legends and Lanterns for this year. Down on Main Street. Uh-huh. All right. And then what else is going on down there? Ooh, well, let's see. Not down there. But the Renaissance Festival is still going to be running on through next weekend. So don't forget to get over to the Renaissance Festival if you haven't gotten there, or if you'd like to visit again. Next weekend is going to be the final weekend of the Renaissance Fair, and they're out there in Wentzville, Missouri, at Rotary Park. So don't forget to get out there, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Generally speaking, on Saturdays and Sundays. That's at 2577 West Meyer Road, Winsville, Missouri, 63385. And then let's see, is the farmers market still going to be open? Doesn't look like it. But how about Spirits of the Past? That's right, Spirits of the Past on October the 17th. Now, Spirits of the Past is, I think, the folks out there at the Daniel Boone home are going to be bringing up things, right? Historical Daniel Boone home and a Bloomfield Village. That's 1868 Highway F, Defiance, Missouri. They're going to be pre-registered. Admission is $8 at the door and $10. $8 in advance, $10 at the door. And what's going to happen out there? Life in the early 1800s was filled with superstition and uncertainty. As night descends, walk the lantern lit paths and explore a pioneer village where doubt lurks in the shadows. Listen to murder ballads and tales of the 1800s. And if you dare, hear the eerie legend of Sleepy Hollow by world renowned storyteller Ann Williams. Limited tickets are available. Reservations are highly recommended. Pre register at $8 for adults. Children 6 and under are free. Where do you pre register? Well, they're not telling me where to pre register, but I'm sure that you can pre register at 636-949-7535, or you can go to St. Charles County Seismo.org. Seismo.org. That's SCCMO .org. And at the events line. So, slash .org/slash 17112 1712 /events. And you can pre-register there, I'm pretty sure. All right, righty then. That does it for the events happening in the St. Charles area. Well, let's see what else we got going on. Today is Sunday, and so therefore, with the new things that are going on, let's do something not different, but not even new, just something that I like to do. What is it? Well, I'd like to tell you a story about this one guy, this one time, who was trying to live a fairly clean life. He was working way outside of town, and he was trying to work his way back home one day in the early morning, and hadn't been long since he had been visited. He had visited a church with a friend of his and his friend's wife. It was one of those scary situations where he was convicted. Do you know what it means to be convicted? It means that it sounds like God is talking directly to you, or the preacher in question is talking directly to you. Well, that somebody would be me. I went to church, and the weekend after that, I had a very, uh, not horrifying, but very life-changing uh, event in my life. I ended up totally destroying a Mustang II vehicle, uh, the Pinto kind. 1982 Mustang II is what it was. And it was totally destroyed. I was out on a two-lane road, snow on the ground, slid around a corner and smashed into a truck. Well, that was one of those life-altering situations, but hey, apparently, I was graced by God because the car was torn into three pieces, and had I been wearing a seatbelt, I wouldn't be here today. But I was lightly carried out and placed on the ground, but there was a small incident with my head hitting the pavement, and when it did, it kind of yanked my neck backwards, and well, it broke it. And what had happened was my third vertebrae, which is usually about the size of five nickels stacked on top of each other, was smashed flat like a quarter. And well, three of the pieces, oh, and it broke into eight pieces, and three of those pieces slid down my spinal canal and bruised my spinal cord. And so that left me in a wheelchair for the remainder of my life. Well, not the remainder. We don't know what God has in store for me. But so far at this point in time, I've been in the wheelchair since 1995. So it's been a little while. This is 2020, so that means it's been 25 years. That's right, 25 years. Anyway, that being said, my kids have grown up great. Uh, Thanks to a lot to do with their mother. Uh, and I got in my 2 cents worth, but I, mm, being in the wheelchair, I couldn't take complete care of my kids, but I did get to, when they were young, I got to see them as much as possible. And well, that being said, I just wanted to let you know that God watches out for people, and as He watched out for me. And well, I'd like to take today and just thank Him for everything He has done for me. Each and every day I wake up is a blessing. There are things that can go wrong in my situation uh, that could cause me to just fall over dead. And so I haven't done that yet. And I'm here talking to you because, well, hey, life has put me through it, but God willing, I'll be coming back day after day after day. Anyway, hey, I don't know if that brought you down or whatnot, but hey, it has, it kind of, it's not my inspirational story for you, but it might inspire somebody. You never can tell. Look towards God, He will treat you well. All right, that being said, let's try some stuff for the kids. How about some story time? Because, well, oh, a cute little deal about my neighbor next door. She's got a set of twins, and anyway, they are just now starting to talk and understand what's being said. And, well, uh, they have a little dog, and he goes doo doo, and they are very, very uh, conscientious about that, so they always bag it, which is a good thing because every now and again he will cross my yard line, which is okay by me, but they make sure he bags it, and well, the older sister usually gets the call. Well, one of the twins, the little girl, was out in the yard, and her mommy told her to go get her big sister, and she just looked over at her mommy and said no. And I kind of overheard it, and I looked over at her and I said, "Hey, what do you mean no?" And she looked at me and I said, "No is not a word." And she just kind of looked at me and I said, "No is not a word." I said, "What you're supposed to say is yes, mommy." And she looked over at her mommy and said, "Mommy." And her mommy said, she pointed over at me and said, "Him." And her mommy said, "Tell him hi." And so she says, "Hi." So anyway, I thought it was a cute little thing that happened. It was kind of cute. Anyway, these things are just oddball, goofy things that happen. But hey, right now it looks like it's story time for the kids. So we're gonna go ahead and pull something out. Ah, hopefully it's got a good message behind it. They have been having that lately, so we're gonna see what we can do. We done creation, then we done the five P's fairy tale. And so the magic crown or the lamb and the dogs. Let's try the magic crown and we'll just see how the magic crown works. Bruce was a very kind man. He always helped his fellow villagers. As a result, the villagers loved and respected him. That year there was no rain, and all the fields in the village were dried up. Because of this, Bruce had suffered a huge loss. But still, he thought about the faith of the poor farmers in the village, and he decided to help all of them. He used up all his money to feed them. After a few days, Bruce realized that he had no money left. Soon he decided to leave the village to seek his fortune. He walked, and finally reaching a temple. The temple was very crowded. The people were standing in a square. At the front of the square there was a shiny pestle. "Huh, what is happening?" asked Bruce to a person standing next to him. "You see," said that person, pointing to the crown, "that's a magic crown. It will glow brightly when a very kind man and a selfless person touches it. He will be the rightful owner of that crown. Go ahead, try touching it." "I am not interested," said Bruce. "But why? Why don't you touch it, sir?" People around him persuaded him to touch it reluctantly. Finally, Bruce agreed and stepped ahead to touch the magic crown. To everyone's surprise and amazement, the crown shone brightly the moment he laid his hand on it. Seeing this, the priest of the temple walked up to Bruce and embraced him. "You must be a very kind man. That's why the crown has chosen you. Here, take it," said the priest. Bruce was overjoyed. He thanked the priest and took the crown back to his village. The crown proved to be a very lucky charm. As he entered his village, the rain showered, and he soon regained all his lost wealth. All the people of the village, including Bruce, lived happily ever after. The moral of this story: kindness is a noble virtue. Always be kind to others. And there you have it, folks. That was a good one. It had a great message, and I really, really enjoy when they have the good message at the end. How about the lamb and the dog? We'll hope. A long time ago, there lived a little lamb on a farm named Luke. Luke was very innocent and and played all day long with his brother George. But Luke was lonely and made friends with the big dogs on the farm. "Oh, here come my friends. I have to go, George," said Luke. "Will you go with these dogs again, Luke?" asked George. "Of course, they are my friends," replied Luke. "But, Luke, they are so big and mean looking. That night uh, they might take advantage of you or even harm you," George said, trying to convince Luke. "You are unnecessarily worried. Nothing much will happen," ensured Luke. These dogs had come to pick up Luke to visit the neighbor's garden. The dogs had heard that there was a lot of food in the farmer's land, uh, garden. George tried to stop Luke, but all in vain. Luke was already dreaming about the fresh grass. Luke's mouth watered. The dogs and Luke set off to the farmer's ladder. When they reached there, they saw delicious chicken and meat lying there. The dog could not rest. The dogs could not resist, and immediately ran to eat all of it. They invited Luke to the feast as well, but Luke was happy to see the fresh green grass. As they began to eat, the two farmers heard the voices and became alert. Both of them ran towards the larder with a stick in their hands. They saw a group of dogs and started to beat them at once. All the dogs ran away, leaving behind Luke. Luke started to cry and said, "I have done nothing. I don't eat meat. Please spare me." But the farmers did not listen to him and beat him to his death. The poor lamb had to suffer because of his friends' bad deeds. The moral of this story is choose your friends wisely because because Jesus done that for us. He gave up his life for our sins, which is basically what the dogs were doing when they were stealing the meats from the farmer. Alrighty then. Hey, that looks like it's about time for our portion of the program called Our Daily Bread. And our daily bread is going to be brought to us today by The Bible with Briscoe 2020. The Bible with Briscoe 2020 is a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Today's reading in the Bible with Briscoe 2020 will be Isaiah 37 through 38 and Colossians 3. Okay, let's see. Missing wisdom. That will be our devotion for the day, and today's scriptures and insights to go with missing wisdom is 1 Kings 3, 5 through 12. At Gibeon, the Lord appeared to Solomon during the night in a dream, and God said, "Ask for whatever you want me to give you." Solomon answered, "You have shown great kindness to your servant, my father David, because he was faithful to you and righteous and upright in heart. You have continued this great kindness to him and have given him a son to sit on his throne this very day. Now, Lord my God, you have made your servant king in place of my father David. But I am only a little child and do not know how to carry out my duties. Your servant is here among the people that you have chosen, a great people, too numerous to count or number. So give your servant a discerning heart to govern your people and to distinguish between right and wrong. For who is able to govern this great people of yours?" The Lord was pleased that Solomon had asked for this. So God said to him, "Since you have asked for this, and not for long life or wealth for yourself, nor have you asked for the death of your enemies, but for discernment And in administering justice, I will do what you have asked. I will give you a wise and discerning heart, so that there will never, so they, so that there will never have been anyone like you, nor will there ever be. So there you have it. Ask for less, and you shall receive more. Wisdom is much more than riches and or gold. All right, hey, that looks like that's it for the uh, daily bread portion of the program. That means it's the end of the Shen Show for today. I've got one song for you that goes like this. Oh, well, goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I say goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. Oh, I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. This here has been Shenandoah Briscoe saying hello and how are you? Thanks for tuning in to the Shen Show. And as always, you know, God loves you and so do I. So be blessed in Jesus' mighty name and come back and see me again tomorrow because, well, I'll be here and I hope that you are too. God bless America. Goodbye.